Frogs, nigga.
All my wrists is frogs.
Check 9, what's the deal?
What's up? Hip hop is real.
We got one of the legends, man. One of the guys who's, one of the beginning, one of the biggest guys of the culture, man. Definitely, man, when it comes to the early stage of the culture and even now making a different mark within the culture by voicing your opinion and giving guys, some criteria to work on to better their craft. Tech Nine, I just want to say thank you for coming onto the platform, man, and we're happy to have you, man.
I don't have a problem, man. I appreciate what y'all do. I've been following y'all for years, man. I put that groundwork in, man. I appreciate it.
I've been getting money for so long, these niggas mad. It's hard to fit a rubber band around 50 racks. It's hard to keep that dirty money in that closet, nigga. Had to buy a laundry mat so I could wash it, nigga. Can't say your bitch is bad.
Nah, thank you, man. And Tech, man, the culture, they got the eyes on you, man. Everybody's talking about you. Every new interview I talk to, man, they got something to say about Tech Nine, man. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's good or positive or just bad, they talking about what Tech Nine is doing out here, man.
Yeah, I take the good with the bad. Some people have really good things to say, and some people are not so nice. But that comes with being on top of your craft and just being in that spotlight. So I know what comes with it.
Now, Tech, man, the last time we seen you on stage was against Jerry West. That was my first time ever seeing you performing live. That was definitely dope. You know what I'm saying? I got to see your style live and in person. You have a very hard style to beat. People might say what they want and things like that. Just going through your history, seeing the Arsenal, Goods, X Factors, all the things that you've done throughout your history, you've always been able to show that aggression. You've always been showing that crowd control, that appeal. You know what I'm saying? You're animated. Right. You know what I'm saying? Throughout all that, where you could add the humor but still show the aggressiveness of the battle rap nature and things like that. How did you feel about just your last time being on stage? You know what I'm saying? With Jerry West and just all them years that you've been in, do you see a difference in it? And if you could just give me a quick little rundown on that.
Yeah, things has definitely changed from when I started. Back when I started, things were a lot different. Now it's like everybody's chasing bars. I think the entertainment and the performance kind of died down. And I think that was the problem with battle rap. Everybody was just going in for the bars, bar. Got to the point where as though it got dull because it's just line. There's no animation, there's no performance, there's no entertaining, there's no people making you laugh to make you feel good. Laughter is one of the most positive things that can happen to you. You know what I mean? As far as someone making you, if you can make someone laugh, you just won them over right then and there. And I think we got away from that. So it was a good thing and then it was a bad thing. It was good that we focused on the bars. They started the campaign bars over jokes and dudes start bringing the bars, and that was a good thing. But also it should have been more of a mixture. And I think we're starting to see the mixture come back. Whereas though, yeah, you got to be dope with bars too, but you got to be all around with it. You got to have bars, performance, cadence, aggression, delivery, all of that in one. So I like the direction battle rap is going in.
Now, when you look at the Jerry West battle, a lot of people were down on Jerry West, feeling like it wasn't the best performance he had. Some people still said he won, but they felt like it wasn't really the best battle and things like that. How did you feel about that battle personally? And did you feel like he won? Do you feel like you won that battle? One of my favorite lines on there: "You battle rap niggas are too fucking friendly." You know what I'm saying? One of the things I remember the most when seeing you up there. But yeah, let me get your points on that battle.
I felt like I got the battle 2-1. Even my homie my brother that's at every battle, he keep it 100 with me. He'll tell me like, if you lost, you lost. And he looked at me and said, "Yo, man, good job. You did real good. Like, you did great. I'm proud of you." You know what I'm saying? And I didn't hear that. I didn't hear that from him in a while because prior to that, I was going in battles, kind of messing up, or the battle just wasn't that good. I think me and Jerry West had a pretty dope battle. Is at 400,000 now, so that means that people are still watching it. I felt like I did what I needed to do against Jerry West because everybody thought Jerry West was going to clean me like just mop the floor with me. That's what everybody thought because of people felt like my style was so outdated and that Jerry West had a new approach and that I couldn't win. And then I go in that battle and make it debatable or win 2-1 or however you want to slice it. But I feel like I got it 2-1. I feel like I did what I was supposed to do against Jerry West. I'm satisfied with my performance.
Tech man, you being one of the pioneers, one of the veterans of the game, um, seeing the transition, you know what I'm saying, from what it used to be to what it is now. What's your opinion on why the game is not how it used to be? You know, why it's a little more watered down and things like that. I have my own opinions. I'll share that with you after. But what are some of your thoughts on why it's watered down in a sense, or why it's not as intense as it used to be, like back in the days?
I think it boils down to creativity. People are not being creative. People are not taking chances. Everybody's looking for shock value, whereas though they do something that's just totally outrageous, but then at the end of the day, when you get down to the nitty gritty, they're not really saying anything in their rounds. Also, there are a whole lot of battle rappers. There's a whole lot of battle leagues, but I will. The fact that there's more battle rappers and there's more battle leagues shouldn't be an excuse because there's 1,000,001 people that play basketball, but you still have your stars that stand out. My thing is there's 1,000,000 battle rappers, but there aren't that many stars. I mean, if you look at it, if there's 1,000 battle rappers in each city and we only got two people that can qualify for rookie of the year, that what does that tell you about the new talent? And that's why I stress the fact. That's why I did the champion. We did do your job. It's
Mm-hmm.
like the new talent. The new talent is like find ways to get people emotionally connected with them. Get the fans invested into what they're doing, their everyday life. They're not finding ways. Yes, there are a good number. There are a good number of people that are really doing their job. So I don't
Mm-hmm.
want people to take this out of content, but it could be more. And a lot of these cats think that being a star is that's it. No, you have to be explosive. You have to be a superstar. You have to separate yourself from the pack. And there's not too many people we can call superstars. Then there's not even too many people that can sell out an event by themselves. That's a superstar, you
Mm-hmm.
know. And we don't have too many superstars that can do that.
I mean, I wanted to just share my opinion real quick. What do you think about the money aspect now? A lot of times, I feel like in the beginning, the Mook eras, when you guys were coming up, it was to get exposure on the biggest world to see, like, yo, I could be on the industry. I'm better than these industry rappers. So when you guys would battle each other, it's to show the rest of these guys, like, these are the guys that are coming up next. You guys weren't really just battling for a check or this, that, and third. It was to prove yourself that I am as good as a Jay-Z or a Nas or a Tupac or a Biggie. And these are the guys that you guys are putting yourselves in that criteria. So when y'all come into battle, this is the intensity you have. But now it feels like the fact that, yo, I didn't get my bag, or I need to get this bag, or now I'm bag hopping, I'm going here to this state, to that state. I got a URL battle, so now they calling my line. So I'm going to go do 3, 4 battles over here and probably not giving the best since it's not on URL. I just put a couple bars together. They know who I am now, things like that. What's your opinion on that aspect of it and why it's kind of lost that kind of feel?
Yeah, once money get involved, man, things get tricky, and people people start changing. Money changes a lot of people, and I think once the money really started becoming an issue, where you had leagues starting to compete with each other with far as competitive pay, it's like you have a battle booked on one league, and then another league will probably outprice them or tell them don't do that. So money kind of, in a sense, I don't want to say it ruined battle rap because we need it. We need the money part. In order for the sport to grow, you need the money part. But I do think that it did change some of the battle rap's mind state, the way they think, and some of them just started doing battles and taking a check. And they knew that they weren't prepared. If you take a battle, it takes you 2 months to write. and you take a battle on a 3 week notice from a league and you get paid for doing that battle, you're essentially stealing money because you know it technically it takes you 2 to 3 months to write for a battle, but yet you're taking a battle on 2, 3 weeks notice, maybe a month notice. So we're not going to get the best version of you. So the money aspect kind of did, ruin it in a sense, but I once again, man, it's tough because people got to get paid. So I think it's up to the leagues to figure out what's the best thing to do with the talent. At the end of the day, the fans control everything. It goes from fans, league, battle rappers. Because the battle rappers without the battle rappers, there's no leagues. Without the leagues, there's no battle rappers. Without the fans, there's none of us. So we all have to play a part in this. And I feel like the leagues have to, when they get new talent, they have to set them up for greatness. And a lot of times I think they overuse the talent. They get a superstar, they get a star, and they use them, and they just use them until, and then a year and a half go by, and nobody wants to hear nothing from them again. So that goes. So the leagues they abuse the talent and make their talent work too hard. If you ask me.
And I was talking to one of my friends the other day, and I'm like, damn, it felt like back in the day, choking was like a very like it was non-existent. Like if you choked, either
Bad.
your round is done, or you just wasn't choking. It just wasn't something that was privy. And I think that kind of adds to what you're saying about some guys either being overworked or not highly prepared. It seemed like back in the day, everybody kind of had what they wanted to say when they went. I'm watching your
Mm,
battles from back in the day, and it's like everything you want to say, how you want to
mm.
say it. It's like you had it down packed. It wasn't no like slip ups or nothing like that. Um, and then like I said, it's adding to showing that some of these guys are overworked. Now, one of the things I wanted to start off by asking you is, right now you're on Champion.
Mhm.
You're definitely one of the voices, the opinions of what's going on, and it's very respected. Whether people like it or not, they definitely are tuned in and listening to everything you're saying. I just want to say, how did you and Jay Black team up, man, to work with each other on Champion? What was your mindset going into that, knowing that you're a battle rapper, and now you're like Shaq or Kenny Smith or Charles Barkley or one of those guys who's been in the game, and you personally don't have to retire because battle rap ain't about bad knees, so you can always kind of hop back in the ring. But just being in that
Yeah, yeah.
position, you know what I'm saying? What was your thought process into actually teaming up with Jay Black and doing the show Champion?
Well, I mean, me and Jay Black helped me with the trailer for what was that? Born Legacy 3, I believe.
Hmm.
And we had a good conversation. We chopped it up. He had hinted towards he was doing something, but at then I was so focused on the Jerry West battle that kind of like stuff just like I was like, okay, okay, yeah, 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 okay, and just keeping a conversation going. But I want to say last year, sometime early in the year, he hit me up and was like, "Yo, I'm doing a show. I'm doing a show Champion. I want you to come up and I want you to come up and talk about the Philly battle rap scene."
Mm.
So initially, I was supposed to go up there talk about Philly battle rap. Me and Big Hand go up there talk about Philly battle rap, and that was it. He just wanted to get my take on the Philly battle rap scene.
Okay.
I got the Champion, and I was like, yo, I'm like, I like this. You know
Mm.
what I mean? I did the Philly battle rap scene. We talked about that. The initial reaction from the fans was good. Oh, Tech Nine is great. You need to have him on the show. Blah 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 blah. So we kind of like Black was like already leaning towards yo. I want you to come back up, and I was like yo. I want to come back up. So we
Mm.
both kind of like agreed that it'd be best if I come back up. Now it wasn't like permanent or nothing. It was just like, yo, we just need you to come back up. So I came back up. I started to do a couple more episodes. Of course, the fans hated me, but Black seen something like, nah, the fans, even though they hate you, nah, Nick, like you perfect for this. Like I don't care what they saying. I
Mm.
know what I'm seeing. Like
Mm.
he tell me, like I know what I'm seeing right here. So I'm not worried about what they're saying. Like this is perfect. So I started to, read the comments and listen to what they were saying, and then I started to actually come prepared instead of going there because I can't freestyle. Like literally, Jay Black goes in there and he freestyles most of the stuff when we're doing champion. I gotta have my notes ready. Like when he sends me the topics, I need my notes ready for each topic so I can go in there and make some sense. So I started to come prepared, and slowly but surely the fans started to come around and started to respect my opinion because I started to back up what I was talking about. So if I felt like someone lost a battle, I had key points of why I felt as though they lost the battle. And that's pretty much how it happened. This she started with the Philly battle rap scene. I did one episode turned into 2, turned into 3, and now champion is Tech Nine and Jay Black. That's that's how that started.
I'm not gonna lie, man. You guys have definitely turned the culture up with the champion. You know what I'm saying? What you guys have done and everything like that. I just want to say, when you guys look at what you've done with the champion of the night, just your opinions on who wins, who loses, the power that you guys have to be able to have so many people, whether they agree or disagree and things like that, but also able to change narratives. You know what I'm saying, through your opinions. Um, how do you feel about just what you guys are building and what you guys are continuing to build? You know what I'm saying? Because I see Smack Volume 2, one of the biggest cards of the year already, champion of the night. People are calling for that. What you guys did in Virginia, champion of the night. What you guys did with Red, champion of the year. Giving
Mm.
out incentives, money to actually help these guys be more motivated to kill and do all this, man. What was the collective thought process? How hard is that, dealing with that, choosing the right people, dealing with the backlash of, okay, we got Red, but people feeling like, oh, Tay Rock need to win, or maybe Cortez, or whatever the case is. How do you guys deal with all that? And how do you guys formulate the whole idea to actually be able to bring in so much money to help the battle rappers grow?
It's tough, man. It's definitely not an overnight process. Even with choosing champion of the year and figuring out who's the winner and having 12 to 13 people come in and deliberate, that was a tough process, grueling process. I mean, I know everybody's seen the champion of the year. So everybody disagree with each other. No, like nobody agreed with the list until it got to like 1 through 5 is when it like really when I really started to say, okay, now we're getting somewhere. But this but 5 through 20, I was like I had my face balled up the whole time. Like
Yeah.
some of those people literally lasted all the way through, and I don't think you should base the person off their last performance. We're talking about the whole year.
Yeah.
So let's say if Loso just had a real dope battle with B Dot. That doesn't mean Loso is number 8 because he had a dope battle with B Dot. We got to talk about what Loso did for the whole year. Yes,
Hmm.
he had a great year. He had a a hell of a year, but that doesn't mean he's over some of those names that were on that list. And I'm just using Loso as an example. But there were a lot of names that I felt like shouldn't have been as high as they were. You know what
Okay.
I mean? Even some of the names like, Geechee Gotti, Geechee Gotti had a dope year, fire year. One of the best startup career years you can have. But I felt like he shouldn't have been over T Top. You know what I
Mm.
mean? He shouldn't have been over some of those names like, Briz Rothstein, for
Mm.
him not to even make the list was like, yo, what are we doing here? You know what I
Mm.
mean? So it was really, really tough for me to sit back and have to accept what was happening because at the end of the day, majority ruled. So there was nothing that I could do. But I do want to say that there were a lot of people, at least 4 or 5 names that dropped out that was supposed to be there,
Mm.
battle rappers included,
Okay.
that probably would have painted a different picture. Not to discredit anybody that was in that room, but it probably would have created more dialogue, and open up more conversation for other names, to open up an argument to see where the list could have went or what we could have done better. But I,
Mm.
I can guarantee you 1,000% the next year will be structured way better. I mean, we're already working on it now.
Okay.
You guys are really going to be impressed with how we come up with the winner for 2018. Like it will be literally laid out. You won't have to second guess anything.
And at the end of the day, too, Tech, man, this is the first time you guys are doing this. So
Yeah,
at the
yeah.
end of the day,
Trial
things
and
are
error.
yeah, trial and error, and nothing just happens perfectly the first go around at the end of the day. But you guys are definitely given great incentives. Now, how hard is it to choose Battler of the Night, man? Like looking at what happened in VA, seeing all the great performances, seeing so many like one of my guys, I was like, yo, Snake Eyes definitely is one of the guys that's a runner up for this. Ryder definitely, you know what I'm saying? Definitely Mr. Wavy. You know what I'm saying? Having potentially body of the night or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Just what's your thoughts on like actually choosing that night or in that small time without having to be able to go back and rewatch the battles again? And you know what I'm saying? When it comes to because Smack Volume 2, you guys gonna have some of the best guys that's ever done it in the world. Period.
Right.
On that card, and going back and forth, and you guys got to make a decision within that 24, 48 hour frame. How do you guys go about doing stuff like that, man?
Um, for me, DMV, I felt like Wavy, even leaving that now, I feel like Wavy like kind of clearly took that. First
Okay.
of all, it's the main event. So I think when you're the main event, you kind of like have a advantage for getting champion of the night because you are the main event, and this is why the card is based around this particular battle. So that card was based around Twerk and Wavy, and for Wavy to go in there and put on a good performance against a hot Twerk was like fire. Like nobody thought Mr. Wavy was going to beat New Jersey Twerk, and Wavy had three dope rounds. He had the room shaker of the night. He
Mm-hmm.
had Jim Jones standing up on a chair, filming the whole battle on Instagram. Like Jim Jones turned into a fan for one night. Like it was really good. And then Rada did very well. So to avoid the backlash of people saying we picked Wavy and was biased or whatever, we put out like three polls.
Okay.
URL did a poll, Champion did a poll, and Wavy won like 70%. It was like
Okay.
70 to 30. So it was kind of, even though we already felt Wavy had won, this
Mm-hmm.
was kind of cut, clear cut for Mr. Wavy.
Mm-hmm.
So, it was pretty much that's how we're going to do it from now on.
Okay.
If there's no contention and is a clear winner that night, they'll be awarded the money right then and there.
Okay.
But if it's back and forth, maybe this, maybe that, we'll do the poll. We'll send a poll out there, and we'll figure out who's the winner, and that's how we'll do things. We'll poll the fans. URL do a poll, and that's how we're doing it.
Now that's good to know because I definitely wanted to understand if you guys involve the fans and with the polls. That definitely is a factor because a lot of people opinions definitely count. And when you look at this Smack Volume 2, man, I know you can't pick anybody just like that, but when you see those this star-studded type of highlighted card with in a small room, who do you see edging it for champion of the night and things like
Mm.
that? How do you see that going, man? Who are some of the potential? We got Rum Nitty coming back, who had a potential classic with Iron Solomon recently. We got O Red champion of the year against Cortez, who's like feeling some type of way. You know what I'm saying? Hollow the Dawn, one of the greatest against Arsenal, one of the greatest. So when somebody you faced when he was young coming in the game. We got T Top, the return of Big K. You know what I'm saying? Two hungry guys, Mike P and Young Cannon. John the Don. You see all of these crazy names
It,
on this card,
it looked
man.
like gnome. It looked like a gnome with Summer Madness
Yeah,
card.
exactly. In a
Card is
small
crazy.
room, jam packed.
Yeah,
Where the
yeah.
I'm saying? How do you
Um,
like that, man?
you now I gotta be I I want to say they all got a shot. You know what I mean? If I sit up here because I'm so connected
Of course.
to who's going to win, I can't I can't put a name out there. I'd
I
be
got
like
you. I
dead
got you.
wrong to even throw a name out there
Uh-huh.
because we are in control of who wins. But I
Okay.
will say that I do. I got like three or four names in my head right now. I can't say the names because I don't want to pick a winner. But I do have three or four names who I feel like are really going to show out based off what they've been doing lately. But everybody has a chance. Everybody has a chance. You never know. No one thought Mr. Wavy was going to win champion of the night. He went into the DMV. This guy's from New York, Brooklyn.
People had him losing.
Exactly.
People had him losing for the most part. I remember all the interviews, all the predictions. Oh, Twerk gonna beat him. He's not even taking him serious. He's gonna beat him easy.
So that goes to show you anybody can win. Anybody, the person you least suspected might go home with that bag. So,
nah, real talk, man. And now Tech, man, I got to talk about the Do Your Job blog. You know, that kind of was dominating our topics all week. You know, talking to a lot of new artists, the Fettuccinis, you know, the Snake Eyes, the Gwitties, everybody that we've kind of everybody we kind of brought up. You know, J400, everyone is like, you know, feeling or taking it personal because they feel like they're the new talent or they're representing the new talent. And somebody who isn't too familiar with battle rap and they start looking at new talent, they're looking at some of these guys as the new talent.
Say their names.
Snake Eyes, yeah, he was one of the main guys. So you guys got to say the names. What's up? You guys got to call these people out who's not doing their job as opposed to putting everybody in in that pool. What's your thoughts about, you know, some of the reactions to what you guys said? And I know you guys feeling good, like, yeah, that's what we want. We want you guys to start. You know what I'm saying? What's your thoughts to some of the guys' backlash and just what do you think about them saying you guys got to say names and things like that?
To do your job, it actually did what it was supposed to do, and that was supposed to create dialogue and create conversation.
Can't say your bitch is bad if her body dead. Can't say your nigga money still living at his mommy crib. My credit good. I got a condo. Yeah, you be ballin', but you scared to shoot. You like Rondo. Dynamite, you gon' blow away. You ain't the bomb, ho. You can even stay inside. I gotta pay the ride. It's like a car note. And they don't got.